So it's almost as if you were taking your family tree. But back in these days, they went a little bit more further. They went all the way back up to Abraham, right? So Abraham was the father of this guy, and this guy was the father of this guy. This guy was the father of that guy, and that guy was the father of that guy. And in Matthew, we see that he initially connects Jesus to Abraham and David, right? Those are the first two names that he connects Jesus to. Why is that? So genealogies were important because they were important for two main reasons. Number one, they determined who was going to be a priest. You had to be from a certain tribe of Israel to be a priest, to serve as a priest for God, which was the Levites. Another reason was for the distribution of land. Okay, when they came into the sacred land, the promised land, the land had to be divided amongst the 12 tribes, and this was done according to the genealogies, what family you were from, and that's why these things were important if you wanted to know where you were going to live, right? Your land ownership. Okay, now another reason why Matthew is showing this is because it shows Jesus as the legal heir to the throne of David, right? So remember, David received a promise from God that someone from his familial line would sit on the throne and would serve as the Messiah. And that's why this is important, because it proves that Jesus was in the familial line. Now, there are other people who were in the familial line. Why not them, right? So during that intertestamental period, there were a certain group called scribes, and they basically changed Judaism completely. They made it more legalistic. They added rules on top of rules, laws on top of laws. And so they followed this stuff very, 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 very closely. But these are the type of people that Jesus came to speak about. And so he came to speak against them because they were going against what the message was originally intended for. And so even though he came to speak against them, they were the type that would try to figure out, this can't be the guy. This can't be but they couldn't. Because they couldn't disprove that he didn't have legal heir to the throne of David, because they kept the genealogies, other people kept the genealogies, and they couldn't disprove it because it was the truth, right? Okay. So not only did Matthew connect Jesus to David, he also connected him to Abraham. Abraham was another person that received a promise from God. God said through Abraham, the whole world would be blessed. That's who we would receive the blessing of salvation through. Okay. Now from there we have Jesus' genealogy from Abraham to Joseph. This genealogy, as we established, establishes Jesus' claim to the throne of David through his adopted father of Joseph. Remember,